Good evening, learners. Online French-based YouTube video session. I'm going to talk about an important topic, that is time. So, how do we can proceed with time in the language of French? It is going to be discussed within this particular session. So, why to wait for? Let us proceed. I'm going to share the PPT presentation by which we will be able to learn about the timing. Hope you are able to see the slide. Learners, in the language of French, time is being called as temps, that is T-E-M-P. And this is basically temps, that is time. Time had been divided into the important units followed as under: a second called une second, 1 second; a minute called une minute; an hour called une heure, that is 1 hour or an hour; a day, that is a journée, that is whole day; a week, une semaine, that has been already talked, the week; a month, mois; a year, an an or an année, une année, whole year; a decade, une décennie; a century, une siècle, siècle meant for the century; a millennium, a millionaire. This is the way by which we are going to consider our time. I believe if we are talking about time frame, it is the most important phenomena. How do we can calculate our time? In French, it is very much important for all of us to understand time is to be considered like it is. Il est. It is used for the expression of time. Usually it meant for he is, but it is basically, in the case of time, it is il is unpersonal, so it will be considered as it. Otherwise, time is remain going to same from 00 hour to 23:59 hours. That meant for the calculation is based upon 2400 hours, and all the timing is going to be discussed on this particular parameter. The way we are asking about the time is quelle heure est-il? If I'm going to ask you the time, you are going to ask quelle heure est-il, monsieur? Quelle heure est-il, madame? Quelle heure est-il, mademoiselle? Once you are talking about the feminine time, you are right like that. Otherwise, you may also write quelle, right? One only, quelle. What time it is, the little meaning is. So if we are talking about time, as I let you know, il est is the word by which we are using time, and rest is the number along with the hour, that is the hour, that as I let you know, hour. So hour is il est these meant for 10. Hour is hour, so this is 10 hours. A meant for and, et, these, or we can even write these minuit. So it is, that meant for it is. Can I change the ink of the pen so that we can write in a different language? It is in English. It is 10 or 10 a.m. 10 minutes. Let us proceed to work out certain more times. Quelle heure est-il? Now we'll write again in this manner. Il est. It is 0 hour, so 0 hour is, it is hour, H-E-U-R-E, 0 hour. That's it. So it is 0 hours, that is midnight. Some or the other time it may also be called up as il est minuit, that is M-I, il est minuit for minuit, midnight. Followed by, if I am going to talk about certain numbers which are like that, maybe right at 1 hour, il est une heure, because it's midnight, so it may be 1 hour. Il est une heure, right? Quelle heure est-il? Quelle heure est-il? It is U-R-E rather. Quelle heure est-il? Il est une heure. To talk about 11:30, that is 11:15. So we may write il est, the same way, il est 11, O-N-Z-E, 11 heures, the word here it is owns a Kens it 15 QUINZE. So Kens, or it may also be write up as the other way. You may write it il a, as we used to write for French. Il a owns as we have already written. Sometime in short we may write H also, right? In il a owns a quart. Quart meant for 1/4, because the whole the clock may be divided into 4 quarters: 1/4, second quarter, a quart, the quart, trois quart, and quatre quart, quart, quart. So this is the quarter. So il owns a quart. It may also be expressed this way: il owns now I'm not going to write it again and again. Owns a thon, that is 30, thon, TRENTE, thon, moa, MOINS, moa, MOINS, moa, Kens meant for the 15, QUINZE. So this will be another important way by which we are writing. That meant for it is 11 hour and 30 minutes less than 15. So it is 11:30 hours, though it's not 11:30 in English, it is 15. So it is less than 15 minutes, maybe 11:30. So this is also a way by which we can write the same. Getting it clear? Next, il ke lage til, it is 1200 hours. So il midi, this is exact afternoon. 1200 is the hour time, it is afternoon. So il midi, simple the way that we are writing, il 12 heures, that is DOUZE, 12 heures, 23:59. So it may also be right in the lesser version, reversible time. Sometimes we used to call in Indian context like it is 5 minutes, it is 1 minute less than midnight. So it may be right like that: il est minuit, moins, un. Or ou it may be right as il est 29, 23, 23 on heure et seconde, 9. Right? So it is, cursor is a bit difficult, otherwise it will be right like that. On the contrary, if it is considered and calculated the same time, like 23:59 will be called up as 1 minute less than midnight, right? So, or 0 hour. So il est zéro heure, will be like that, hour, moins un minuit. Minute will be right like that. MINIUTE. So minuit. MINIUTE. So minuit will be right like that. So this is actually the way by which we are actually capable of learning all type of numbers. My dear students, I will have a simple and humble advice to all of you. You need to practice it a lot. Now, what is this time is all about? This may be called up as there. Here, I'm not going to write. I'm going to tell you the ways by which the time may be made up. Here it is quarter to. It is going to 1200 hours, right? Less than 50 minutes. So it will be right less. Il est midi moins 4, moins 15. Or it may be right, il est 11 heures et 45. This is another way. Or it may be right as il est 12 heures moins 15. right? These are the ways. If I'm going to write 8:30, I could write like that. Ile itak a thont, ile itak a dummy, that is a dummy is half hour, or ile itak a the kak, 2/4. Or if I'm going to write one more way, I can say ile naf a moi, that meant for 9 hours less than thont, moi thont, or 30 minutes less 9, right? Or moi, it may be demi. Il est 9 heures moins demi, that is 30. Or il est 9 heures moins the quart, that is 1/4 and the second quarter. So these are the basic ways by which time may be calculated. Time is a universal phenomena in English and in the language of French. We can utilize time in the 24 hours, followed by second, minute, hour, then week, days, week, year, followed by month, and so on. Kindly go ahead with the timing. This is 1:10. Some exercise that you can come up with. Kelagatil, what time it is. Ile Yunar, that is 1 o'clock. Ile Twazak, that is 3 o'clock. Ile Dizak, 10 o'clock. Ile Midi, that is afternoon. Ile Minui, midnight. Ile Kakt Senk, it is 5:04. So these are the ways by which you can write. Ile Kakt Demi, it is 4:30. Ile Diz Naf it is 6:45 or 6:45. So these are the ways by which we used to calculate time. Time can be called a L apostrophe because H is the half vowel. Afternoon midi, midnight minui, akak ekak, mualakak, 1:45, and half an hour edami. Diu mate, morning, the avgamidi is afternoon, the swag is the evening, as I had let you already know. So these are certain more times. Kindly go through it. It's 1 o'clock. Il a yunar, il a dazag, il a twazag, a demi, or twazag a 10. Il a katkag a kak, il a kaktag a kens, il a senkag moa, lakat. This is the another way. So these are the ways by which we can calculate the time. While mentioning you time values for only those are valuing the time. So wishing you good luck. Try to capitalize good habits in your life. Learning is always a good habit. Thank you. See you in the next.